Yo, what's good YouTube? This is Jay from T&J, and we are past that tough part of our schedule, this NL Central. So after we won that 6-5 games, we actually ended up sweeping the Cubs, and then we got swept by the Cardinals. So we were on the downfall there, but look, we bounced back. We won 2 out of 3 from the Cubs. Then we just lose again to the Cardinals, 2 out of 3. 3 out of 4 actually, and then we sweep the Pittsburgh Pirates, beat the Cincinnati Reds, who are having a horrible season. They have 100 losses, and I mean, honestly, we were taking advantage of playing the Cubs and the Reds because look, we had the Cubs number, and look at our record compared to the Cubs: 93-65 to 91-67. That means we're actually in first place right now. We are 2 games ahead of them, and we have 4 games left in the season. And all we need to do is really win 2 of these games, and we clinch the NL Central. And we're going up against the Miami Marlins to finish off this season, and we're on the road. So we have our work cut out for us. But let's just look at some of the things that have happened throughout this last month. So let's just look at our AA team. So if we're looking, let me just go to the standings here. So if we're looking at our AA team, we actually ended up winning the World Series at AA because we finished 45-25. But let's just look at our postseason stats here. So it's not going to show me there. So let's just go to view our whole roster. So we have a bunch of guys that were in our September call-ups, but you know, 2 people who impressed me through in AA. Corey Ray in the postseason hit 389. He's a top prospect in real life. He hasn't yet come around yet. It looks like his overall went up a few points. Also, John Taylor in AA. He hit 359 in the postseason. That's a good sign because he's actually our second best prospect. Geronimo Reyes actually is called up, and you know, this is a good episode to tune in for because he's actually going to get his major league debut versus the Marlins right away. I probably won't pitch him too many innings, maybe 5 or 6, because I don't want to go over that 50 inning maximum to, you know, qualify him for that rookie eligibility. I want to make sure he's going to be a rookie either next year or the year after that, depending on when he gets called up full time to the MLB. But he's going to get his debut. Also, I'm going to give Michael Worth, that 18-year-old lefty, his debut. He's got that really good running fastball. Maybe those 2 will actually pitch in this next game together. 2 lefties just to go throughout the game. But let's look at the rest of our team. So Lance McCullers, he's about to finish 11-7. I think I'm gonna maybe pitch him maybe one more time before the season ends. Junior Guerra finished 12-9. He actually came around late because remember, he was maybe like 7-8 for the longest, 6-8, and he started kind of slow, but 3.23 ERA, which is pretty good. Josh Hader, remember, he was 14-6. He kind of came back down to earth a little bit. He's probably going to finish the season 15-8. He's going to be he's going to play a pivotal role in the postseason because if we get that home field advantage, if we get that NL Central, we are going to have to face somebody tough. Let's see who is in the NL wild card. So it looks like the Cubs, Nationals, and Cardinals. So like I said, we were struggling with the Cardinals, so we're really hoping for the Nationals or the Cubs because remember, the Cubs do not have Jake Arrieta anymore. Let's just look at who they have on in their rotation. So remember, we actually face Lackey. So they have John Lester, Yu Darvish. Actually, we face Kyle Kendricks. Then they got, he's actually hurt here, 1 to 6 days. Okay, so then they got Matt Andrees and Michael Fires. So I'm not really afraid of Michael Fires. John Lackey, I'm not afraid of him either. So we're actually looking to face them in the postseason because we kind of have their number, but it honestly doesn't matter because Nah, it kind of does, because think about it. If we play the Nationals, let's just look at their staff against. They got Arrieta in the offseason, so they have Scherzer, Arrieta, Strasburg, who's hurt again, 1 to 2 weeks, Gio Gonzalez, and Tanner Roark. So, and they got Joe Ross. So I tried to actually trade for Joe Ross, and they wouldn't accept a trade early in the season. It's kind of funny because he's 6th in their rotation. I wouldn't think they would need him, but let's just look at the stats for the rest of our team. So Francisco Liriano actually went 8-14. That turned out to be a bust of a trade that I made, but we're only on the hook for $4 million just for this year. So he's going to be a free agent. We probably won't re-sign him because it seemed like that was an experiment that went wrong. Zach Davies, 12-8. He did really well in that 4th spot in the rotation. And I ended up moving up Nate Carnes to that last spot for the last like September, maybe like mid-September. I moved him up. He's gonna finish probably 4-4, 5.19 ERA. Travis Wood actually coming out of the bullpen had a pretty good year. He ended up getting 10 wins, and it's surprising because I didn't expect him to get 10 wins. I thought he was gonna be like maybe a 7-win pitcher, something like that, maybe around what Francisco Liriano was doing. Let's just get into this gameplay. We got the 2 lefties. We're going to try these 2 out, Geronimo Reyes and Michael Worth, the 18-year-old lefty we traded for in the offseason. So let's just get into this gameplay. We're going up against the Marlins to end the season. They have Wei and Chin on the mound, 9-11, 3.84 ERA. He's a lefty, so you know we're going to be taking advantage of that. So here, Brett Phillips, to start off the game, he's getting his major league debut in his first at-bat, and he gets a walk to get on first base. Eric Thames comes up next with a liner to left field. That drops in there. I try to advance Brett Phillips to third, but I can't make it, so I go back. And Brinson comes up next, pops one up to right field, and Brett Phillips is going to tag up. He's going to get to third on that one, so we're going to have guys on the corners here. And Franklin Gutierrez gets walked, so now we got bases loaded. And Travis Shaw comes through, hits a pop-up to left just to advance the runner to home. Brett Phillips is coming in, sliding, and he's going to get in there. So we're going to take the early 1-0 lead. And the next batter, Hernan Perez, is going to hit a hard grounder up the middle, but they're going to make a good play on that one. And here we have Geronimo Reyes making his debut. He's our #1 prospect. He's the #3 prospect in baseball. And here, the first batter, he gets the ground out to Thames. The second batter hits a little Texas leaguer, but that's caught. And Geronimo Reyes gets the all-star Giancarlo Stanton to just hit a dribbler back to him. So he's through his first inning. And here he's at his first plate appearance, and he gets a hit up the middle. What are the odds? In his first career start, he gets his first career hit, and that's a milestone for the rookie there. And the next batter, Brett Phillips, he's a rookie too, and he gets his first hit. So 2 back-to-back first major league hits, and Eric Thames comes up next. Eric Thames is not hitting for as much power as he did last season, but he's still a monster. He hits his 15th of the season, and the Brewers take an early 4-0 lead, and we are into the 3rd inning here. Geronimo Reyes has yet to give up a hit. He gets Giancarlo Stanton to strike out swinging there, and here in the 5th, Brinson shows what he's made of.
Now a big swing, and this ball is rushed out to deep center field. Out of here. A solo shot, and they add another.
Lewis Brinson goes deep. I actually have him in the 3-hole. He's been hitting great in the 3-hole. When I put him there, it seemed like, man, I don't even know. Like, Braun was really clutch when I had him at that 3-hole. Now he's there. And here in the 6th inning, Geronimo Reyes still has yet to give up a hit. He gets out of the 7th inning. Giancarlo Stanton striking out again. He gets here in the 8th, the batter to ground out. He gets the next batter to pop out to right. And here, Tim Beckham breaks it up, the perfect game in the 8th inning with 2 outs. So Geronimo Reyes gets through 7 2/3 innings without giving up a single base runner. But here, Musgrave comes in, the rookie as well, and gets us out of the inning. And here's the other rookie I was talking about, the 18-year-old Michael Worth. He's coming in to finish out the game. And his first batter he faces, he walks, but he gets Giancarlo Stanton to strike out. He's having a horrible game. And Geronimo Reyes, fan 7 in his debut, has a perfect game through 7 2/3. And we have to get one more win to clinch this division. Adam Conley on the mound, and Brinson takes it deep here in the first inning. I told you he's been hitting great in that 3-hole. I can depend on him there. He hits his 28th of the season. And it looks like the Brewers are hungry to take this NL Central crown, because here Jorge Soler hits the hard liner down the third baseline, and he's sliding into second safe here in the 2nd inning. And Manny Pena, who's actually making his debut this year, he gets a hit down the left field line. And look at this. I round the first too large, too big of a round, and I just get thrown out at first. I've never seen that before, but hey, I guess it happened. And here in the 3rd inning, the pitcher is bunting over the guy on first, so they got a guy on second base, and D. Gordon comes up and hits a ball to left field. Brinson comes up throwing, and it's way ahead, but the catcher cannot handle it. Manny Pena, he's getting his first start of the season, and the next batter hits one past Thames, and D. Gordon's got that 99 speed. He's not getting thrown out. So here we're on to the 6th inning. Eric Thames starts out the inning with a hit to the left side, and they bring in a relief pitcher here to get him out of this inning. And Lewis Brinson smokes one past the shortstop. Thames is going to advance to 3rd. Brinson's going to move to 2nd. So we got guys on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out here in the 6th. And up comes Travis Shaw, and they intentionally walk him. So they don't want any piece of Travis Shaw. Travis Shaw is just hot. And Jorge Soler swings at a pitch in the dirt. That changeup was so deceiving. And Jurickson Profar strikes out looking on the inside pitch. And here onto the 8th, D. Gordon is starting out the inning, and you know when he gets on base, he's looking to swipe the bag. So right away, he swipes the bag. And look at that. He's in the 2nd before, man, the ball's still in the air. He's already safe in the 2nd. And the next batter, look at this play. Travis Shaw comes up throwing on a bunt, and he just lollygags. I don't even know what happened. He just got it and then just kept it for a second and then just lollypopped it to first. So then the next batter, Christian Yelich, hits a liner to the left center gap. That brings in 2. So the Marlins take the 4-2 lead. But we do get the next batter to strike out. The next batter after that grounds out to Travis Shaw. And we do get out of that inning. Cabrera strikes out on the inside slider, it looks like. And Manny Pena here in the 8th trying to give us life. Frank Gutierrez comes in to pinch hit. I gave him the day off here. And he hits a missile up the middle. So we got guys on 1st and 2nd here in the 9th inning. And Brett Phillips hits one past the shortstop, the diving shortstop, and we're going to get a run on the board. Brett Phillips in his first 2 games at the major league level, he's impressing me. And they had to bring in Tazawa to get them out of the inning. And Thames swings at a horrible pitch. I should have let that one go. That was ball 4. And they don't want any part of Brinson because he's a beast. He's been beasting him and Travis Shaw. So they walk Brinson, load up the bases for Travis Shaw, though. And Travis Shaw gets a pitch to hit, but he pops it up to left field. And the Marlins are going to escape with a win here. So we lose that game. So we're going to actually sim the last 2 to see if we win the division or not. And we do. We pull off winning one of the last 2 games, 1 game ahead of the Cubs. And you know what? That decision to let Arrieta go hurt the Cubs because they probably get that 96 wins if they at least have him on the mound. But the Brewers steal it, steal a division. Hit subscribe, hit that like button, because we're going to be back for the playoffs, and we have the crown.